Alright, let's start a new empire.
Okay. 3 bronzy cards. You click on create new empire.
We need a name for this empire. Cleve?
Cloud Energy.
Right, do you want to switch into this?
Primary website.
Dominate the Canadian energy market.
In 255 characters, you basically want to just clearly define what is the primary objective of this. But don't say primary objective, just say we will so that expectation sort of set as you work. So this reminds you, reinforces what is it is what you want to achieve.
World domination.
A one-liner.
Oops.
Energy market? Renewable energy market?
Yes. Here, I'm going to put it in there. No, I'm not using the right phrase. Yeah, renewable energy is better.
Okay. So now we want to create a new site. So this is going to be the primary site, the new Cleve Energy company shield site.
Yes.
That we're working on.
So should we be worrying about our primary target keyword at this time, or should we add it in a later period?
You can always change it,
okay,
but I would take a stab at it at this juncture.
What do you think is the most important keyword that defines this entire market? Renewable energy, green energy. From your research, you can identify what would you say is the best vertical to position the site under?
Renewable energy.
I agree.
So what you're doing now is you're sitting, without thinking about it, you've defined your objective. You wanted to dominate the market share, and you've used renewable energy over here. So it's already from your research, you've got it in here already. Now you're just reiterating it so it actually sits there.
Even if I don't have the domain addressed yet, should I put in the blog domain, subdomain at this time?
If you can do it later on.
Alright.
When it comes to the promotional blueprints, you can actually update that and add it, because by the time you would have built your site.
Yeah.
The site type, this is a free text field here. This basically defines what this is. So this could be your corporate ID or your primary website, however you want to define it in your business.
And there was a question that you had the other day. You wanted to know if another field should be created to hold that information. I forgot what it was, but this is the field that I was thinking this should go in.
Okay. So site type is...
Yeah, you've got your W1, it's your primary, this is the primary movement. So this site that you're building within your empire, give it a name, define a naming convention that works with you.
That's perfect.
So your target search market is going to be, is it .com or is it .ca? We'll find out this somewhere.
Do you want a real mouse?
Here you go. So this is silent market size category and supporting keywords. What would you say is your biggest opening page? 8 million? That's going to basically say silos can only be from 8 million and larger.
Oh, no, sorry, I'm actually trying to put 800,000 here. Go ahead.
Oh, right. I told you it's 800,000 years. So.
Yeah, you're good.
Is that enough to Too many nines?
No, that's fine.
I would just leave it as that, eh?
Oh yeah, it was 350, eh?
Sure. You can always adjust if we need to.
So your backlink cost and your content per article cost, what do those cost? What do you think they are?
Question is should those prices that I'm putting in here be the cost it's carrying forward to the client or my internal cost?
You'll get two effects. If it's internal, and you put your internal cost in, your blueprint's going to be based on the internal blueprint. You'll have to mark up on the end result. If you put what you're charging your client with markup, it will reflect the client cost. So how are we going to use a tool? Do you use a tool presentation when you're talking to them?
Yes.
If you do, then put the client's cost in there.
Okay.
And what you're charging for a backlink. Sorry, an article.
Good.
So this is very important, this part here, the site conversion rules. I typically like to be conservative, very, very right-wing conservative over here, because if you up them up too much, conversions look great, and the chance of you not reaching that is very, very high because there's too many moving parts in the process.
Yes.
So typically what we're saying here is in the first field is that 25% of the people that go to Google, only a quarter of them will actually click on your description if you're in the top 5.
Yes.
Or the top 3 actually. Once those 25 people, the percent click through, 1% will actually look at your page and take an action.
Yes, that makes
Either
sense.
buy something or fill in a form. If your process determines that they're going to fill in a form and someone either in the office or an affiliate has to basically create a conversion,
Yeah.
you need to put that company's conversion rate in there.
Okay, so in this case, Clev Energy has a call center in play right now in order to follow up on the conversation, and their close rate right now is 40%.
Stick that in. And what would you say their website conversion is? Is it 1%?
I think it is, and I shouldn't say that, but I have the analytics, so I would assume that it is at 1%.
Have they set up funnels, sales funnels?
I'm sure they have not.
They're not going to set up sales funnels because they've got a call center.
Yes.
But based off the amount of traffic and the number of calls, well, most of their calls are actually not coming in off their website, right?
No, they're coming in directly from their sales. Well, they're coming in from word of mouth.
Word of mouth. So it's all organic traffic that they're getting rather than online traffic.
Yeah, it's offline, yeah.
So at the moment they're not even getting anywhere close to 1%, right?
Yeah, we certainly have to use the industry average here as our median.
I might be inclined to say that 0.5% of the people would actually call, just because I'm thinking the economy at points.
So we're setting a baseline benchmark as a starting point here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. One of the things too is the site opt-in conversion rate. We are gauging that off their current contact form.
Yeah.
This would be an autoresponder. Are you going to set up an autoresponder?
There is no autoresponder in place right now.
Are you going to do one?
Yes, we should.
Okay. What do you think, for people who actually opt in, what do you think the conversion is going to be off the autoresponder series?
I initially think it's going to be around 5%.
Okay, let's do that then.
I'd rather underestimate it than overestimate it now.
I completely agree.
The average profit now here.
That should be a little higher, no doubt.
The problem we have here on the pricing for this particular project is the variability of customization of each install.
Sure.
Their median average install for a residential application is $65,000, and their profit on that is 35%, so roughly $25,000 profit on a residential install. On a commercial install, their average install gross margin or gross profit is $75,000 to $1.5 million. So it's really hard to pigeonhole a median average.
Take your lowest average.
Yeah, let's take 25.
Okay.
I would actually just put 20 grand in there. This is a baseline.
Sure.
You baseline it, you forecasting.
Yes.
So at the worst case scenario, they never sell a commercial thing again.
Yes.
But they still can get the cheapest.
Right.
Yes.
Whereas that's why I say be conservative, go at the lower end of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine that probably most of your B2B.
So the initial, reviewing the initial pricing that we were given, they've obviously asked us to come back to them after we've investigated the keywords with what they should have as a budget,
Okay.
right? But we are telling them that we have not hardened up those numbers until we've done the research, but we've given them $5,000 per month as their starting point. So this would be 60,000.
Yeah.
Okay, financial objection per month.
How many units do you think they want to sell?
They sold 400 units in the past year under the microfit program, offline.
So do they want to meet that?
Obviously, I mean, if we're setting a big hairy goal for them, and that's what we have to do here, I would take it's a lot of courage to say it, but 800 would be.
What do you think's realistic though?
They told me they told me that they could realistically do 20 installs a month.
Can I just say something? Right now, you're estimating $5,000 a month investment into this website. One sale would recoup that entire monthly investment.
Yes.
So it seems to me like they would be completely thrilled if they got just one sale off this website a month. They would more than pay for their investment.
Yes.
And everything over that is gravy.
Yes.
So we have to redefine the big hairy goal.
So let's say our total financial goal monthly is $20,000.
So you say you setting baselines. This is what we're putting flags in the ground. Okay, here's our pins. We've got to move from here to there.
That ratio is exactly where I expected it to fall, the 1 to 200 ratio.
So here we can see we need 200 direct sales or leads. Actually, we need to get in 500 leads a month to create.
We need 500 people on the site.
Yeah. Well, actually, to take an action because of conversion rate. Now check this out. If you put in 80% there, just double the conversion. Watch what happens to the amount of traffic you drive. And that over here.
Make this 80%?
Just turn it to 80.
Cuts it in half.
So the better they convert, the less traffic they have to drive, and the less they have to actually change things. So you can put it back to what you had there. But this gives you an idea of what type of traffic you need to find this amount of traffic and push it through the website
to meet one sales goal.
Yes. So now you need basically 200 people to create one sale. You have to speak to 200 people to get that one sale. Is that achievable in a month?
Yes.
If you made this 100% right over here, this is an exercise. You cancel out the back office. Then you got 200 people to create a sale.
So I need to drive 200 unique visitors to that 1% offer in order to make this up.
At a minimum.
At a minimum.
So if you just put it back to 40. So do you understand how this form helps you estimate and figure out roughly how much you need to get?
Yes.
Okay.
So it creates a seller profile?
Yeah.
So we've updated our profile.
Okay. So then at this point we want to slurp in some keywords out of Krakken. And we're probably going to need to go export them out of Krakken as well.
Import list or Voma?
Depends. If you get it from Voma, if it's from import list, you're using import list, but if it's from Voma, use Voma.
Let's say import list for right now. Let's go grab that import list out of... We have to save it first.
Okay.
You drive.
What's that?
You can drive. It's okay.
I have to save what first?
Hit the cancel here.
Okay.
Ready, Krakken?
Good. Click over to... Yep. And is that our...
You get to return import list.
No. This is the one we want, isn't it?
That's renewable energy.
Isn't that the one we want?
That's just got the financing in it. Is this what you want to put in first?
Yeah.
So save that. Just save it there.
It's in the right place, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's go back to DWS. Browse. Finance, yeah, that's all. Import.
So what you're going to want to do, there's a flag flipped on that we're going to want to unflip.
That's just because of the screen being crimped.
Yeah, the screen is crimped and so it's hard to see.
Can you just pause the video for me?
Alright.
Just scroll down a bit down.
Scroll all the way to the bottom. And then you can scroll the bottom bar across. Alright.
Only one's giving us all green.
So why is the rest failed? If you hover over the flag, the red flag, it has no conversions.
No conversions.
So let's look at renewable energy finance and financing. Are they the same thing? No conversions.
So if you go back to our business rules, they're failing because our conversions are too weak. So we need to establish what has to be achieved to make that keyword profitable online.
Okay. So we have to turn up our conversion rates as a business objective.
You have to, if you want to use that keyword, you got to sort of find what is going to that keyword.
So should we go back to our business rules and change that?
Yes, what the business rules default is.
Well, the other thing that I'll point out about that flag is that it only calculates on a monthly basis. So if it's less than 1, it says that there's no conversion. So even if we changed our expectation to a half, now down at the bottom, so that our needed sales were 1/2 instead of 1. It's right there.
Yeah.
Even if we change that to a half, it's still not going to be a happy camper.
It doesn't want to allow me to change it to a half anyway.
0.5. But anyway, yeah, it's not actually helpful. So
is it too little traffic then?
Yeah, it's too little traffic. If there's no conversions, then based on our percentages. Based on what we said our percentages are going to be, there's not enough traffic. If we turn the percentages up, if we say in our business rules that instead of 0.5% is going to convert, 1% or 2% are going to convert, then we'd have conversions for those.
Okay.
So let's go back to our business rules for just a minute and set those statistics up just a little bit, just to take a look at what happens. So where we have the 0.5, yeah, let's make that a 2.
Let's just scroll down to the 7. This also helps when you start getting that baseline right for your optimization campaign. You actually say to your team, we have to achieve this on-site, this conversion.
Right.
So you can keep on working on it. And then from their back office team, they have to increase their 40% conversion rate. So if you scroll down.
I'm starting to see more green.
Yeah. So now you see there's a little bit more there that's profitable. Now the other opportunity, the other thing that we can do is we can say, okay, there's no real traffic for these terms. So like geothermal financing and geothermal finance, neither one of those have got very much traffic. Search volume of 0 on finance and 59 on financing. But we can say that we want to go ahead. There's only like 250 competing pages. We can say we want to go ahead and rank for that term, and it's just a lost leader. Or we can say that right now we don't want to put it into the promotion and syndication module. We don't care about actually promoting it and ranking for it, and we'll just let the people who come to the site find it if they need it.
Okay.
I have a strong suspicion that if you've got 60 people searching for that particular term a month, that's probably a much higher converting term than some of the other keywords that we're going to have on our website.
Most of these people who are searching for this term are ready to buy.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this is where you start looking at the actual keyword like output. They've defined what they're interested in, they know what they want, they're trying to find the money.
Yeah.
60 people trying to do that. So this is where the keyword decision screen, you can't just go and look at, oh yes, this is really across. Because you've done your ISO, you know the market, now you can associate what you need to do.
And it's very interesting because it has lower competing competition and lower competing pages.
Exactly. So let's go into into that third, but for the actual finance, the next keyword down, the third icon, where we can actually update the what we want to have. I'm trying to update the conversion factor for that particular keyword. Clearly I got the wrong screen.
That's wrong screen. We disconnected the screen temporarily, but we brought it back in.
Oh, okay. Alright. Then I would say let's just, we're going to want to start by moving across the silo term. So,
you want to click on this first, the renewable energy project. What that does is it sets the project, tells the system, right, we're going to make children underneath our theme. Our theme is for the whole website, so renewable energy is the theme. Now we can come and actually select all the keywords that we want.
So let's look at the two terms we've got here, solar financing and solar finance. When you look at the search volume, solar financing far outstrips solar finance.
Yes.
So solar financing, even though it's a more competitive term, because it's the Domain Web Studio automatically orders your keywords by profitability, I know that solar financing term is more profitable than solar finance. Also, if you look at your graph over in the upper left-hand side, you can see visually how much more profitable solar financing is over solar finance. You're going to get more than twice the money, almost 3 times the money back.
So before we start, there's 2 little things I want to show you before we actually start your project, which we've not covered on. If you can click on your business rules and filters, what I usually do is I take show keyword rows, I take it down to 30, because the way the system works is the best keywords always float to the top. So you don't need to really look down at the bottom of the barrel when you're mapping stuff out, unless you're specifically looking for something, then click next, or increase that to 1,000 or whatever. The second thing is the website theme competitor average page rank. On average, we've seen that in Canada, the average page rank is roughly 2 or 3. Is that correct?
Yes.
Haven't looked at the actual finance. That might be more stiff. Let's go take a look at that actual term.
Could you open up a new tab, Control T?
Yeah, that works too.
And just go to Google, type in your search term.
Is it solar finance or?
Yeah.
Solar financing.
Click on the other side.
Yeah, but
Go for it.
the search you're doing is US based?
Yeah. Just change that .com to .ca. Just press enter. And if you just go to view, toolbars, SEO book, select the page rank.
Let's try that first one there, Bank. There are competitors.
Just click on it?
Yeah.
So we're going to go to page rank 5 or 4.
That's going to be 5.
Just hover over it.
Yeah, this is Royal Bank. It's one of the 3 biggest banks in Canada. That's why they have page rank authority like that.
Right. So let's click back and click into the second. Page rank 2. If you hover over the page rank, it'll pop up a little window that tells you. Yeah, that's a 2. All right, so if we get a high 2, low 3, we can beat these people out. We can be in position number 2. It's a whole lot more financially viable than trying to shoot for position number 1.
Yes.
And
over time we will acquire it, but
yeah.
That's that one, sorry. They've got double listings as well.
Yeah.
So you take over position 2 and 3.
They're
so it's a
rank.
PR3 in this
But
particular page.
it was an indent, so my hunch is that this isn't actually the primary page that they're ranked for this topic.
The 2 is
yeah.
the page pricing. It's overranked.
Another big bank. This will have a high PR ranking also.
I think, okay, but that's, yeah, so I think
I'll
it's
set it
2.
to 3.
Huh?
I'll set the bar at 3.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And then we
If you
follow.
consider all the other stuff we looked at so far, they're all like 2s, 1s, 2s.
Yeah. So while we're here, let's look at renewable financing.
Scroll up to the top.
And let's search for renewable energy. Alright. go. And let's just see where the TD Canadian Trust site.
I think it's going to be somewhere PR.
5. All right. And the next one down?
That's the same bank.
Yeah, I thought we'd been there before. How about the... Yeah. All right. So let's go for a page rank 3.
So please go to... Just change that to 3. Don't worry about that buffer thing. This is 1.
Update the filters?
Yeah.
Hold on. Before you do that, if you scroll across here...
Oops, sorry.
Just check.
Go for it.
And now up. Just scroll across here.
Sorry, your mouse is just doing some strange things.
Sorry.
Oh, it's you who's doing it. I'm sorry.
Try again.
If you click in there, what we're going to do over here is, this is a golden niche identifier. And what we're going to say is, show us all the keywords that have pages less than X, which can potentially earn us more than 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. So you could say that 100,000 pages makes us more than 2K or 500,000. Up 2,000 there or 5,000. That's it. That's 100,000. And update that. What I'll do.
10,000.
10,000 to $5,000?
No, I'd make it $500,000. You can always refund it down. Just press update. What it does is it put a little gold star next to keywords that just to draw attention to those keywords that have low competition but they can earn us potentially a lot more money.
Gold nuggets in the rough.
Yeah.
It just helps it when you're looking through a long list of like 100 keywords. You'll just see you're going down also and bang, this little gold star, bing! It catches it. Oh, look at that.
Bing, bing, bing.
So now you've got $500,000 in your. That's what you're competing against. This market is. There is no competition in this market, and it's rich. So that can be a confidence booster for yourself when you're working a project and you're not too sure about it. You can see that those things. So this is quite interesting. That there's still interesting keywords got started.
It's only costing them $260 to.
Yeah, because you've got 25,000 pages.
So that's really interesting. Renewable energy finance is a more profitable term than renewable energy financing. And yet, solar financing is more profitable than solar finance. I just find that really fascinating. People are not consistent in the way they think.
So it's also a good indication that the terminology geothermal financing has not resonated with the end user.
Is there geothermal financing?
I don't think there is.
That might be why nobody's looking for it. So let's start with our silo term.
So what you're going to do is you'll come back here, click on that, we're going to start our project. So you always have to define where you're going to put your keywords. And whenever you select your keywords, they will fall underneath the node that you've clicked on. Okay, so there's no more having to go select silo and then this is silo, this is a category of that thing.
Yeah, it was something I was forgetting to do.
This here, you just select, it tells you here what you need to do. So once you clicked on that, it sets the whole profile up.
And so I want to grab renewable energy finance. That little arrow will toss that keyword over into your finance.
So which one are we gonna?
Let's go for the more profitable term. Let's make the more.
You can actually multi-select.
You want the silo term is going to be renewable energy, and then the article terms are going to be silo and geo.
I'm pulling this out, Sue. That arrow's going away. If you click back. Remember we just did the update before and forgot to pull those arrows out. So the arrow's going to disappear, we don't need it anymore.
Do you want me to go into advanced mode or?
No, just go where you are.
Oh, right.
Just click on that and select the two keywords you want and then press move to blueprint. So we set the variable.
Didn't you already click on that?
And we went to another page. So.
Whenever you come back to it, you have to refresh it by clicking on it.
Now that it's set, which one do you want, Sue?
We want renewable energy finance. No, we don't want the top one yet.
No, okay.
It's not going to be a silo term.
All right.
We're building a silo up first. Yep.
So on there, you scroll down. See any other terms you want, Sue?
Not for the silo. We're just working on this one right now.
That's all of it.
And scroll down. Down.
Your other down. There you go.
Just click move to Google. So what you can do now in this process is you can basically select multiple silos. If you've got a big list,
We will.
you can just knock them all across.
Yeah.
So here's our silo keyword set over here, and you'll note that it's been pulled out of the list.
So now you want to click on renewable energy finance, and we're going to select 2 articles to go underneath that. We want to select solar financing, because that's the more profitable of our solar terms, and we want to select geothermal financing. All right, so now if we click on geothermal or on silo finance, yeah, and we can make
Easy,
yeah we can make the other silo finance term a synonym.
Solar finance.
Yeah,
Oh, what happened there?
Doesn't matter, just check that.
and scroll down.
Scroll down. You already selected it?
Yeah, and
So-
make it a primary synonym.
Click on that there. Now what Sue's done here, Brian, is we've built the silo framework and we've moved that keyword. We've said we're going to use this in our DNA braid. We've taken it in and pushed it across. So essentially what Sue's done, she's done a hop where she's moved the synonym across that's tied to a specific keyword. Without ever leaving
I
the
didn't
screen.
know about that.
It's brand new.
Great. Okay.
So you're building out you're customizing your DNA braid at the same time you're working with Silo framework.
Nice.
So if you click that open now, you'll see the tree.
And let's click on geofinancing and give it a synonym too. Didn't read it. What is that?
1 month.
Ah, that's going to be tough. So we want to take the 2 geothermal terms to be synonyms. Yeah.
So what you've done in this motion is you've mapped out your silo, you've added your categories, and you've bound your supporting synonyms to
Without
those
having
keywords,
to put them in manually. Yeah.
which effectively starts to really build out your anchor text while you're in the train of thought of that silo there. That's what you're thinking
Why didn't
about.
they move?
It's not moved.
It didn't move.
Good, open up.
They're still on the list.
So remember we had this debate on taking out, we don't take out, when we move supporting synonyms and we're not taking them out yet.
Ah. So,
Will it show up in our DNA brain?
yeah, they will.
Okay.
So let's click on renewable energy finance and give it financing as a synonym.
Where are you going to get financing from?
Where did it from?
It's renewable energy financing.
Okay.
Synonym?
Yeah. That's right.
So if you finish with this train of thought, you've got 2 options. You can essentially select the checkbox, check all those if you don't want them in your list for later on, and delete them and get rid of them. To always keep your workspace clean. Or you can just leave them there and grab them later on.
So what you're saying is the fluff that's here, like geothermal finance, take them out, exclude them right now?
No, you can just, all I'm saying is you've got an option depending on how you want to work. That's why I bring this feature forward. If you finish that idea or thought and you know that you're not going to use those keywords anymore,
Right.
just delete them.
Yeah. Let's
So
delete them.
you check that, scroll to the bottom of the page, and on the far right you'll see the delete keyword button.
Yeah.
That means your workspace is clear of.
Of that silo.
Yeah.
It's a great way of working.
All right. So let's just take a look at what we've done. You see, right underneath the filter area, There's the export all and blueprint. Hit blueprint. And let's open that.
Yes.
So this gives you a nice visual of your entire thing. Yeah, just make it full screen.
Please double tap on the top. No. Just double tap on Microsoft.
Yeah. So now you can see your silo terms are there. Your category terms are there. We haven't put any supporting articles yet, but you can see your supporting keywords that we added, synonyms that we added.
Okay. So there you've essentially, within 10 minutes, you've mapped out a silo and you've created your DNA break. Very rapidly, fast, easy. So for a client who wants to do it themselves, like we've had this discussion a lot, and they say, well, how do we link this up? And they're being difficult. They say, well, you can use your own system. Here's your blueprint. You go sit and create the page and interlink them. And these are your tags that you're using the pages, and you can hand them over to themselves if they want to do it all themselves.
Or for $1,000, we'll give you a pre-populated blog.
Yeah.
All right, so close this down. And let's take another look. Over here on our sidebar, you can see our current budget. You can see how much of the budget we've got left to use. You can see how much the blueprint's going to make us on a monthly basis, how profitable it's going to be. How's that looking to you?
It's looking very good.
And how much is worth annually?
It's costing them $225 for $256,000 of profitability.
If they meet the conversions.
If they meet their objectives.
This is a very, very important thing, is that the conversions have to be met.
Yes.
They have to sell, and the pages have to be optimized to meet. You go back to business rules, they have to meet the rules set.
Yes.
And what I would do, since that place is a call center, what I would do in order to track the calls that come in off the website is I would get a Google phone number, and you can forward that Google phone number to their number, and you can track those calls, and then you know who it is that's coming in off this, and you can see whether or not they're meeting their percentages of those calls.
Just for our community outside of the US, is that Google phone number available for us?
I'm not entirely certain. I thought it was available in Canada, but don't kill me if it's not.
Let's just double check for the people watching this video.
Right.
It might not be available in your country.
Right.
But there are services. In the UK, we use a different service where we actually have our opt-in forms. When the people fill in the contact form, it goes directly, copies one of our call centers in, and then the call center calls them back, and the 0800 number, the free phone number in the UK, is mapped, and you can buy those numbers for £5 a year.
Right, it's very inexpensive.
Yeah, there are services
cheap
for that.
And the service for the auto answer 24/7 basically costs you £30 a month. So if they phone, they answer in, they actually fill in the contact form on your behalf. The form can just be flagged that it's from them, the lead comes in. So with the property business that we automated the whole lead capture, pre-sales process via the call center.
Yeah, I think they're going with Salesforce.com on their CRM.
So if you scroll down a bit more, Brian, basically this little bit here gives us a traffic average analysis. So the potential conversions, we're looking at 5 at the moment if we own every single one of the keywords. So you can always remember, for this to work, you need to own each keyword.
The parent themes. This isn't taking into account the synonyms.
It's just the pages and blueprint.
Yeah.
So it looks at that. So essentially the idea is every single page is equal to a campaign.
Do you think it makes sense at this point? As we're adding silos, obviously that number is increasing.
Yeah.
Does it make logical sense from presenting this to a client to be doing this one at a time as separate projects?
No, it's just mad.
Yeah.
You show potential of a market, what is available.
Yeah.
It's how they address the issue, because it doesn't matter if you do offline marketing or online marketing. Every action you take is a campaign. This is what I was trying to explain earlier.
Yeah.
And we were looking at what's the potential market. Are we meeting our traffic requirements? Are we meeting the conversions? At the moment, based on what we got there, conversion rate is a 0.1948. And our search volume, you can see how it works and match the stuff up. For this campaign, it's going to become a promotional campaign tied to it, which is going to help get that page ranking linked. I typically take the stance that if the page is not worth my time and effort, I don't put it in a framework. I use a keyword elsewhere. But we spent then 2 days analyzing what are the most important keywords in this market. So therefore, they've got to be in a blueprint, and we can still see what's their potential. Our goal is to make one sale a month at this point in time. So we've already got the potential of making 5 if we get ranking for those 4 keywords that we've put into the plan. So we're buffering our wickets. But the point is you need to get ranked for that. If you don't get ranked for that, you'll never achieve anything yet. This is all forecasting. It's not real. We have to make it real.
Yes.
This is a very, very important part.
And also, the sales part of what you and I get concerned about when we're selling stuff on the street is the fact that we have to make it real.
Yes.
And that's your biggest condition, right?
Yeah.
The first time you do it, it'll be obvious.
Now, the thing that's going to happen as we move into the next silo is that we're going to set that conversion rate from 2% or whatever we have it at right now back down to 0.5%. So this segment will look a little uglier then.
Yes.
But it shouldn't be obnoxiously so.